Andrew, how are you doing today?
Well, thank you.
Excellent.
Yes.
Thanks for coming and being part of the Marshall White Way, particularly around nurturing. And, it's one of the things that you've done in your career incredibly well. Can we talk a little bit, firstly, about your philosophy around nurturing, and then we'll zoom into some tactics that you use?
Well, I think that my philosophy is just staying in touch. And when I say that, it's more like if I'm going to say, Mike, I'll call you in 3 months, I literally call you in 3 months.
Great.
I sound a little bit nerdish, but I make sure that on the day you get the phone call, because a lot of people respond to that quite well.
Well, you're building walk the talk in a major way. The other thing is you're doing what we say you're going to do. So if you're following up from that point of view, there's a very good chance when I appoint you as my agent or I refer someone to you, I'm going to be comfortable and well rewarded in that experience.
Oh, 100%.
Which is excellent.
Yeah, I actually had a client refer me business the other day that I've never sold for or never done business for. And all I'd done was said, I'll refer this property or I'll stay in touch, and I did. And she referred me business and we sold it on the weekend, so it was good. It's good to get that kind of call.
Yeah, it's fantastic to get those kind of calls. More of those, please.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, yeah. So, you're working off call sheets, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this gives you a focus for the day or for the week?
It basically probably gives me a focus for the day.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's how much I put into the call sheet too. So the call sheets will come from the Philippines using a virtual assistant, and they'll print out, I have probably 50 tasks for today, and I'll sit there with a red pen and go through the 50 tasks. And I've either got a code or a reference point on each client, which will say to follow up in 2 days or 2 weeks or 6 months. The strong one probably at the moment is follow up end of January, just with the timing of the year.
Yeah, great. Check in how they're going over Christmas and where to from here.
Yeah.
Yes.
I found though the call sheets from the Philippines, for my mindset, has helped me really just get focused on those tasks, put them away, know they're getting done, and then I can move on to the day-to-day stuff.
Yes, yeah. So if it's a call sheet for the day or for the week, you're completing that, adding notes on there, then scanning it, shooting it over to the Philippines.
Yes.
They're doing all the data entry side, because the value add piece is you on the phone, you connecting with people, not data entry.
Well, if I was doing the data entry, that'd take me another hour or two. And I feel being productive. It's just send it off and get it done. So it's very shorthand. It's like PLM, which is phone left message.
Yes.
P 1 day. So phone left message, phone 1 day. So it's very, sometimes you've got to be aware of your client base and know who's who.
Yeah. Now, one of the challenges sometimes comes up for people, and that's getting updated into box and dice?
Yes.
Yeah, great. Yep. So that means that when you come around to, say, call in 3 months' time or something like that, you get them to reappear on a call sheet. They've got the details of the last conversation, if there's some specific details there, and then you can build on it from there well and truly. It's beneficial.
The virtual assistant I found is great, but going back into box and dice, so it's linked as one, which is really handy.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And look, from a performance standard, do you have a number of calls per day or per week that you focused on?
Yeah, I used to. I used to say religiously have one sort of 100, 150 a week. Now I probably aim to do 30 to 50 a day if I can, and block it out.
Yes.
I find Monday's probably...
They still add up to very similar numbers, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But I like that. Just for the day, you really focused on productivity for the day.
Yeah, it's more the day, because my mindset used to think, well, I've got to do so many calls in a week. I was like, so now I just isolate to 1 day with certain tasks.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, and I find I connect with the clients better.
Yeah. So it's not a big number you're chasing.
Correct.
It's a focus.
Yeah.
Right there and then.
Yeah.
Great.
And if it's for 2 hours, you can literally get those 50 calls done, and then you can, hand it off, and it goes straight into the database, which is great.
Yeah, fantastic. So you've had some people that you've been nurturing for a while, and as you said that one before, that you haven't done business with, but this person's referred you to someone.
Yeah.
What are the kind of conversations that you're bringing into focus?
Do you know what? There's another client I'm connecting with at the moment. I've never sold for him, never bought for him. He's got a big bit of land. He's going to build 2 townhouses, or he might sell it. And I've been talking to him for a year or so. I find one of my maybe strengths is that I actually talk to him at his level. If that makes sense. If I get to his level on the phone, it's if he calls me mate, I call him mate, and he's got a trust in me now that he'll call me for anything about his property, or again he might refer me business, and I've never transacted. But the strength probably is me saying, I'll call you Michael.
Yep.
His name's Michael. I'll call you in a month and I'll let you know about this, and I do it.
Yes. Yeah. And you'd be also tipping in some market knowledge there.
Yeah.
We sold this or something similar.
Yep.
Have a look at this product.
Yep.
If it's the townhouses, I think this is a really great structure for a townhouse. You know, a boutique development. Go and have a look at it.
Yeah, and we just sold something around the corner from his house. So, and there's another one for sale. So yeah, I've just kept in touch, and not only just that person, but that'd be for any client. Giving them market knowledge and what's happening in the areas.
So one of the things I'm hearing here is really tuning in, understanding the clients, and then making the conversation relevant and at their level, and topping in some market knowledge or some relevant points there that means, hey, I'm in real estate, we're doing great business, and love you to be part of that journey. Yeah,
100%. Yeah,
good.
Yeah, always.
And have you graded your client base? Have you got that in different levels?
Yeah, I keep it as vendor A, B, and C. And maybe a hot buyer, and that's it. I used to have it 10 different people or 10 different sort of categories. Now I just keep it simple. So for me, it's vendor A is sort of selling next 3 months, vendor B 6 months, and vendor C is probably a year.
Right.
And a hot buyer is someone now that's obviously looking to purchase something.
Yeah. So what about that person that we talked about before? They've never done business with you. Who are they on your database?
Yeah, good question. They would maybe, depending on their time frame of when they may sell or not, I'd probably put them in a pipeline B or C.
Yep.
It's interesting though. You keep them at a vendor C, and then all of a sudden you keep in contact. They'll become a vendor B or A.
Yes.
Quicker than you think.
Yes. Yeah. And I think a big part of it is there's a strategy I talk about. It is stimulating clients. So. Keeping top of mind, which is really what this nurturing strategy does. So you definitely become my trusted advisor, my agent in the process, and the person I look to for advice and so on. Yeah. So we're talking proactive calls. Obviously, there's a number of calls coming into you based on this strategy too. So you'd be getting, referral, repeat clients and so on.
Yeah. I think, as I said before, with that one client that referred me business, that was sort of like a little bit of a shock, but it was a nice shock in a way. It was like, okay, I'm obviously, to me, this game isn't hard as long as you do the right thing when you say you're going to do it. Consistently, yes. Honestly, that is the key. I think I've been talking to clients for 2 years, and I've never sold for them, never done anything for them. Sometimes you think 2 years, well, it's a long time, but I know one day they'll go, hey, need to sell, or I've got something, can you help me buy it?
Yes.
It'll just happen. And they'll refer myself or any other agent if they stay in touch.
I agree. There's something called the listing tree, and I sometimes draw it up. And when we look at where this listing came from, and then what happened from this listing, and then what happened with that relationship and where that went. And sometimes the tree can be, $500,000 in terms of commissions over a 3 or 4 year period, just by you starting one relationship that builds.
Fantastic. It's a small world.
Absolutely. Andrew, this has been great talking about nurturing. Wish you well from a career point of view, and thanks for sharing this.
No problem at all.